Hello, everyone. My name is Hannah, and I'm going to talk about surrealism and particularly look into surrealist art by Salvador Dali. So, surrealism is an artistic movement of the early 20th century that extended around the world and was expressed through literature, theater, and the visual arts. Surrealism focused in the role of the unconscious in representation and in dismantling the opposition between the real and the imaginary. I got this quote from the textbook, and I think it summed it up pretty well. But what originally drew me to surrealism was that it so closely connects to Sigmund Freud's ideas, and specifically his idea of psychoanalysis and the unconscious mind. I think it's really cool to see those ideas expressed in surrealist art. As you can see from these artworks, these modern surrealist artworks, there are natural things being turned into something that they are not, and the images seem somewhat dreamlike. Okay, so now focusing on Dali. He was born in 1904 in Spain and is known as one of the most famous surrealist artists. I bet everyone has seen this specific photo of him and his famous mustache. Dali was always interested in art from a young age, and he attended an art school in Spain, but was later kicked out because of an argument with a teacher, but that did not stop his art. In the same year, he traveled to Paris, met Picasso and other surrealist artists, and decided to join the surrealist movement. Okay, I'm going to talk about his achievements. Some of Dali's achievements include his work in film, sculptures, and his exhibition in the 1939 New York World's Fair. The photo at the top shows the set that Dali did for Alfred Hitchcock's movie Spellbound. This set was created for a character's dreaming scene, so I think that it's very fitting that Dali painted it. Down at the bottom right, there are two photos of Dali's sculptures, the famous lobster telephone and Mae West Lips couch. So that couch was designed after a famous actress. I think it's very cool that Dali expressed his art in so many different ways. And in the bottom left corner, it shows Dali's exhibition in the 1939 New York's World's Fair. This surrealist house was called Dream of Venus, and it was inspired by the Greek god Venus. As you can see, there are many surrealist sculptures on the facade, and on the inside, he had two pools set up with women dressed as mermaids swimming around. And along with that, there were many blown up images of his famous artwork and paintings. So I'm going to talk about one of Dali's most famous paintings called The Persistence of Memory. I bet everyone has seen this painting. It's always everywhere. It was painted in 1931, and this painting shows a natural background, and in the foreground there are clocks that appear to be melting and disfigured. I think an interesting explanation of this photo is that it's meant to express how irrelevant and arbitrary the concept of time is during a dream state. Thought that was very interesting. And then the second photo is called Swans Reflecting Elephants. This one is so intriguing because of his use of the double image. As you can see, when you look closely, the swans reflect into elephants in the water. This painting shows Dali's paranoid critical method, meaning that the painting is like an optical illusion, which I think is super cool. The soft construction with boiled beans is a particularly special painting of his. It's supposed to resemble the upcoming Spanish Civil War. He painted this a few months before. And this shows disfigured limbs fighting and destroying each other, and it's supposed to resemble the violence and loss of war. This one is cool because in most of Dali's paintings, he doesn't express his social or political ideas, but in this one he does, which I think is really interesting. And lastly, I'm going to talk about the painting, Dream Caused by the Flight of a Bee Around a Pomegranate a Second Before Awakening. This one was particularly unique looking to me, and I was drawn to it because of the use of bright colors. Usually Dali uses pretty neutral tones, so I was surprised to see the pop of color in this one. And this one is also special because it was one of the few paintings that was painted in the United States. Um, okay, that's the end, but thank you for listening, and I hope everyone is staying safe and has a great end of the semester.